Oh, Katie Dennett Muller. All right, who's here? JC's here. The Last Batman. PMAR, what's happening? Brandon. Arvida Chahal. Okay. Liliana, how are you, Miss Liliana? Bunker, how's it going? Alyssa, how are you? Bestseller in RD. Okay. Tassel, Amhad, T. Gordon, looking into the light. Okay, Michael, what's happening? Jonathan, Antonio, Callie, Liliana, Andrew, Dylan, Doe Flo, Ryan, Edge, Edgar, Matty Boy, what's happening? Uh, New Feechiclet. I have no idea what that means. Alrighty, is what it is. Calvin Hill, Orion, Christian Defer, how are you today? Antoine, good evening. TikTok, what's happening? Would you believe I still haven't sent in that receipt yet? Uh-oh, Facebook isn't responding. Uh-oh, looks like we might have to go without Facebook tonight. Mary L, how you doing? Nafel Groucho. Well, that's the craziest thing I ever heard. Trading Genius. Mary L. How am I this evening? I am wonderful. A freedom warrior. How are you doing today? We're going to have to wait on Facebook. They're not here, so they can just deal with it. Oh, what happened to the receipt? No, I actually have it. It's just that I got so busy, I haven't sent it. Just one of those things, you know. I get busy, I get caught up, and one thing leads to another, and things just aren't important. It is what it is. Alrighty, so Doe Flow. I got Target and Flex LNG. Okay. Jitterbug experience responding, blah blah blah. Wait, having issues with my with Facebook. Doflo, okay. On Dem, good evening. Ayob Tesfaye, good evening. Ayob, okay. Ashok Kumar, good evening, sir. All right, so let's get started. It is Thursday night, which means tomorrow options are going to expire for the week. So what does that mean? Well, that means any option that you sold or bought for 28th of March is going to expire tomorrow. So let's step back for a second. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks, show you exactly what I'm doing, do a couple sample trades for you to see how simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week actually can be. Now, the trading strategy I came up with was for my 9-year-old daughter. Back in 08, she said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So, yeah, all righty. So how do you teach a 9-year-old how to trade stocks when most adults don't even know it, don't even understand it? David G, what's happening? Okay, so to teach a 9-year-old how to invest, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So with that being said, I had to come up with 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't want to buy it and own it for the rest of your life, don't buy it. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Okay, why play the game if you're going to play to lose? Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Rule number 4, weekly options only. Okay, if it has no options, no thank you. If it doesn't have weekly options, no thank you. Monthlies just don't work. Number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now we're going to show you a few trades as we progress through the evening, and you will see exactly what I mean, exactly what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, please do me a favor, only ask the question once. Okay, I will answer each and every single question. Okay, As the night progresses, every question will be answered. So let's go and let's see what we're doing. All right, first and foremost, who wants to look at something? If you guys can't figure out something, I'm just going to wing it. John, how you doing today? John Warner over here. Let's take a look. We're going to take a look at the stocks that we looked at this week that looked really good. Top that, baby. What's happening? All right, so I'm going to take a look at the stocks that we looked at first of the week. Okay, and see how did they progress throughout the week, and did they actually do what we thought they were going to do? Okay, Ivy August. Okay, how are you today? All right, first and foremost, Dell. Dell was on the top of our list this week, so let's take a look and see what Dell actually looks like. D-E-L-L. Now, I always do things 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's simple. It's always the same, and I always look at the exact same thing, and it's the same process over and over and over again because it's repeatable. It's simple, it's repeatable, and anybody can do it. So let's take a gander. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was a year ago, and here's where it is now. Okay, so look at the motion. Up, down, up, down. Now she's going up again. Now it is currently at $97.10. So if I'm going to buy this, I'm going to be looking at next week's options because this week we got one day, not really going to make any sense. So at the $98, Ollie, how you doing this evening? 97.10. It's currently at 97, 280, sorry, 264. Yeah, that looks good. So let's actually do a sample. Now, this is kind of strange because we're actually going to do a sample trade with the very first stock of the evening. Before we do that, let's check the chart and make sure it's the right time. All righty, so let's move this over a little bit. All right, a year ago, Dell was at 111.95. Let's call it 112. Mikey, what's happening? All right, a couple months later, on the end of end of May. Oh, there's the top right there at 180. Now, from there, a couple of months later, the beginning of August, there's our bottom, 86.93. Change retraces, falls back down again. Look at the last 90 days. Okay, so when I'm looking at the chart or any stock, I want to look at the 1-year chart. Then I want to look at the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart, and then the seasonality chart, all building up to, is it a good trade this week or is it not? That's what I'm looking for because they always do the same thing. Look, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down again, so it might not be a good place to jump into, but I do already own some. No, I don't own any Dell. Nope, sorry. I don't own any Dell at the moment. So it doesn't look quite right, but we are going to put it on the list for next week because as it's coming down, finding a new bottom, well, let's find out. Last 30 days, 27th, there we go. Okay, so the last 30 days, here's our 30-day high. And then she drops, here's the 30-day bottom, and then she goes back up. Now, they go up until they're done. So what did this do? It went from 88 to 102. That's a $14 increase. So $14 on an $88 stock, 15%. So that is a 15% increase from the bottom here to the top here. That's 15%. So yeah, profit taking. Now it's coming back down again. So we'll keep our eye on it and wait to find a new bottom. So I'm going to write Dell next week. Dell 10 Light Star. I'm glad you said that you don't own Dell. Otherwise, it could be considered insider trading. No, I know nothing at all about Dell. No, I don't work there. Okay, Goku. Yo, bro, you actually making money or is this all BS? Hey, you know what? Goku, I like the fact that you're direct, right to the point, no BS. And yes, I'm making more money than I need to, making 1% every single week. Now that's over 50% per year. I'm not quite sure if that's good enough for you, but for me it is. Rocco, that's my son's name, Rocco. How you doing, Rocco? All right. Silly Sarah Marie, good evening, and how are you today? Mikey G's in the house, 75 Corvette. You didn't contact me this morning. No, I did not. Here's the reason why, okay? Now, my sisters came down, and I flew my brother down, so all five of us were together, except for my younger brother. So I got there's six of us all together on this side of the family. You get the whole family together. There's actually 12. There used to be 13. My youngest brother died. Now, the youngest is not supposed to die first, right? He was in his 30s and he died. What the hell's with that? So anyway, so all my sisters came down, and I flew my brother down. So it's the five of us hanging out with my mom, and my two cousins came down also. So we were hanging out together, and I didn't do a whole lot of anything today other than hang out with my siblings. Okay, sorry about that, but I will call you. I will, and I'm sorry about that. Okay. Where was I? Rocco, send me back again. Cool beans. Silly Sarah Marie, how are you doing? Rocco, that's funny. Yeah, it is my son's name. His grandfather gave him that name. I'm good, thank you. I want to do this. Okay, just sit, chill. Oh, okay, that's good. I hope you had fun. Well, you know what? You know, when your brothers and sisters, my younger brother died at 45 too. Yeah, like what did it happen? Well, he's a stupid idiot. He got into drugs, taking that Oxycontin, and he used to crunch it up and snort it. What the hell's the matter with kids nowadays? Anyway, Goku, thank you for that. Chris 4, what are your thoughts on crypto? Is it better to invest and take the risk? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, what is your definition of insider trading? Ooh, my definition of insider trading is basically somebody who's inside the company or knows information that the general public does not know. Now, if you're a member of Congress and you know something, that bill that's going to pass that's going to affect a certain industry or a certain company, yeah, that's privileged information or insider information. Or if you are a member in the, what do you call it, either a board member of the corporation or you work at the corporation and you know something that nobody else knows, that's insider information. Okay, what I'm looking for is easily accessed by anybody who has internet access. I know nothing on the insider shit, nothing at all. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. Well, let's finish up with Dell. Yeah, so Dell for me is going to be a not this week, maybe next week type scenario. But I do like the numbers for Dell, but unfortunately, it's going to be no. So let's keep on going. So today, okay, got that one. Alrighty. Okay. Almost done with these questions. I'm good. Okay, that's good. Hope you had fun. Yep. Okie dokie. CLN Coke, please. Paul Rod wants to take a look at Colgate, Palmolive, and Coca-Cola. Hold that thought. Well, what is it? Oh, you got that one. Well, have you ever considered what Jim Cramer does on his TV show, owning stocks in his charitable contribution? He has millions and can sell, which that becomes inside trading. Not necessarily so. Okay. Now, a charitable trust is not a publicly traded company. Publicly traded company is something that anyone can buy. Yeah, a charitable trust or charitable anything is not wouldn't be considered insider trading because it's all right. It's hard to explain. It's not really hard to explain. A charitable company or a charitable trust or whatever he has for charity, yeah, there's no trading the shares in that. That's the only way it would be considered insider trading. All right, come on. Facebook is trying to start up again. All right, so we are going to look at Colgate Palmolive. Now, Colgate Palmolive has been in business for over 100 years. Ooh, do you see that? That looks nice right there. Now, it should take you 3 to 4 seconds. Literally, 3 to 4 seconds. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, and what's the direction? Down, up, down, up, down, up. 93.64, the 94s are going for 70 to 80. We're going to say no to that one. Now, the only reason I'm saying no to Colgate Palmolive this week is because the numbers aren't giving me 1%. Now, I'm looking for 1% every single week. And if I can get 1% every single week, that comes to over 50% per year. And that's my goal. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, I like Colgate Palmolive. I really do. Now, I trade it once in a while. It's one of those companies that they're so old, they've been around for over 100 years, they don't really need our business. So sometimes the premiums just don't make sense. And this is one of them. So now, so let's take a look at the other. I look at Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is going to be the exact same, but I think Coca-Cola this week, yeah, Coca-Cola is going to be the exact same. Okay? Look at the chart. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, all that kind of stuff. Down, up, down, up. We know where it's going. We know what it's doing. But look at the numbers. 71.05 is the current price. So the 71 is going for 60 to 65. Now, 60 to 65 is not 1%. Okay? You get 0.85 or 0.9, something like that. I had to turn my fan down. It's getting a little chilly in here. Spending time with family is always a blessing. Now, Mary June, out of everyone in my family, there was 13 of us. Now there's only 12. Out of the 12 of us, I'm in the middle, and I'm the only one that's retired. My older brothers and my older sisters, they're all still working. And you know what? They don't even ask me about money because I don't invest my family's money. I don't. You want to know why? Because you're going to think it's funny as hell. Friends and family are the first to complain and the last to pay. Yeah, I don't do money for friends and family. I only do it professionally, and it's a professional relationship. Okay, this is what it is. You can't do that with family because they're weird. All right. Okay, Silly Sarah. All right, Silly Sarah, just keep showing up every day and ask questions. That's it. Just keep coming, keep asking questions, and all of a sudden it's just going to click. Because what we're doing is we're only buying companies that are profitable. Now, we check every single week. This week we checked, I think it was on Monday, 9,976 different companies you can invest in the U.S. stock market. That's not even taken in consideration the Canadian stock market, the South American stock market, the Indian stock market, the British stock market, the European market, the Australian market. Yeah, they're all over the place. But see, I'm concentrating here on the U.S. because this is where I am. And at the moment, it's just me. And it's just as a hobby. It's not really a business. So I'm just doing this for the fun of it. And you guys just come along for the ride. All right, hold on a second. I got questions over here. Christopher, can you go over when you should roll a call or let it expire? Now, Christopher Brits, it's always going to be a numbers game. All right, so what you buy your stock for, what your entry price is, never changes unless you dollar cost average. Okay, so we got Coca-Cola right here. So if I buy Coca-Cola, I'll be paying $71.05 per share. That number will never change. But what does change is the current value. Okay, so it's a high of 74 and a low of 58 throughout the year. Well, right now it's at 70, 71. That's kind of high for the high, because the high of the year is 74. I don't know. Would I really buy it at 71 if the high of the year is 74? I don't think so. But anyway, besides the point. So whenever you buy, that number is your number. It's never going to change unless you dollar cost average. So at 71, and I sell a covered call against it, which means I'm giving somebody the right, or I am selling somebody the right to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. That's what a covered call is. I buy a stock, I sell to someone else who wants to buy it from me. So that being said, now I usually do that on Monday or Tuesday because I want the time value. Because as the time slowly ticks away, well, I make more money as the time goes by. So when to roll or when not to roll, that's going to be a numbers game. And I usually start thinking about that on Thursday morning, okay? And then Friday morning or Friday afternoon, I take a look at it. Where did I jump in? What did I sell? What's the value of this? What's the value of that? What are my options? Do I let it expire? If I do, what do I walk away with? Do I roll it forward? If I do, what do I walk away with? Does it make sense? If I roll it forward, am I picking up another 1%? If I let it expire and the stock gets taken away from me, I get all my money back and then I can jump into something else. Well, sometimes, some stocks, if you roll them forward, you can get another 1 or 2%. And if I can get 2% on a stock, well, I ain't going to get rid of it. I'm just going to keep holding it and keep rolling it every single week and picking up 1 to 2% every single week. Because 1% a week is over 50% per year. 2% a week is over 100% a year. And I don't mind 100% return for the end of the year. All right. Questions. Do they pay dividends? Everything I buy pays dividends. Okay. It doesn't make sense to me to buy a stock that doesn't have a dividend. Because like I said earlier, 9,976 different companies. Why would I buy a company stock that doesn't share its profits? I'm not looking for capital appreciation. So let me explain to what capital appreciation is as opposed to cash flow. Now, cash flow, well, I'm looking to get a check every single week. Okay? That's cash flow for me. Now, capital appreciation, the companies will take all their profits, put it back into the company so that the stock grows faster. Well, if that's what you're looking for the stock to grow faster, you're definitely in the wrong place. I do not even entertain that thought because there are so many shiny objects, squirrel. I get distracted so easily. So I stay laser focused on dividend capturing 2.0. This is a strategy I play with. Okay, so I dividend stocks only just before the dividend, and I do a covered call against them because I want all the odds and probabilities in my favor. Okay, simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1%. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, a couple more questions. Hold on a second. Icon Energy. I'm not sure, but does it pay dividends? Betatal 76. How are you today? Do you teach on this? Yes, I do, silly Sarah Mary. I'm just going to call you Sally. Sarah. Uh-oh, I went too far. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Melodic Angie. Hey there, how are you today? Pulmonary embolism. Sudden death. Ooh, yuck. Yeah, because here's the thing with my brother, my younger brother. Okay, he's at a crack house, snorting whatever the hell he's snorting. And then a girl right next to him freaking dies right next to him. And they had to come in with the paddles and bring him back. And the freaking idiot went back to doing it again. Explain that to me, freaking idiot. Anyway, love the content and the shirt. For the right price, it can be yours. All right, 10 Light Star. Okay, with inflation, how will any of these companies stay in business because they have to spend more money as things get higher in price? Wow. 10 Light Star. Okay, hold on a second. Cody, back again. Gonna pick on me some more? Anyway, Cody. Evening, James. I subbed last night. Hope all is well and keep up the great work. Thank you, sir. Okay, so 10 light star. I'm going to give you a quick little education course in 101 economics. Okay? All right. The two people in the world, you have the employers and the employees. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have been an employee in my early life. Okay, I say my early life since 1973. I've been working since 1973. Okay, I had a whole bunch of jobs, punching a time clock in the corporate life. And then at one time, when I got out of the service, okay, I was still an employee, but the guy I was working for, who I was an apprentice, I was an apprentice for a while, he left the country. So I started my own business, basically scaled it down, did something a little bit different. Now I'm an employer. Huge difference between an employee and an employer. Here's the thing. You work for money. So you work, most employees, they work, they go and they get a job and they work to earn a living. So they get paid a certain salary. Where do you think that money comes from? It comes from the employer. Because the employer has to work to pay for all his employees and his salary also. And we're not doing it for free. We want some kind of a profit. So as an employer, we get a profit. So here's the thing. With a lot of employees, live restricted for some audiences. Submit feedback. All right. The decision is fair and the restriction is reasonable. TikTok should allow content like mine. I understand the decision, but restriction is too strict. My live does not contain any content mentioned in the notice. No. So there you go. Your feedback will use, okay. Imagine that. I got restricted because I said something. I'm not quite sure what I said that's restricted. And now I forgot where I was. I was on a rant. Oh, the employer-employee. See, what employees have a tendency to not remember that an employer still has to earn a living also. And they still want to have some kind of a profit for their efforts. So yeah, as things go up in value, well, everything goes up. Okay, but what doesn't change is the rate of return for the employers. Okay, so as an employer, I want 5 or 10% return on my money. Well, great. If I'm paying you more money, great. Well, wages are going up. Wonderful. Guess what else is going up? What I'm charging for my end product. And it's a vicious circle. Okay, so I'm not going to work for free as an employer. Okay, so as an employee, most employees don't understand that. The employer does have to work, does have to turn a profit, or there would be no reason to have a business. So it's a vicious circle. Okay, employees want more money. Okay, employers want the same profit. So if I want the same 10% profit and everybody wants more money, fine, I'll give you more money. But now I have to increase my product costs. Anyway, so I forgot where I was going with that whole scenario. Yeah. Okay, yeah, someone was talking about the economy and things are going up in value. Yeah. Okay, now, it's strange that most people don't see about the economic scenario, okay? Because as people want more money, I understand people want more money, but if an employer is going to give you more money, well, guess what? They have to increase the pricing of their services or their products in order to pay you more. Well, guess what? Your dollar is getting the exact same thing it got before you got the raise because everything else goes up. Okay? So if employees stopped asking for more money, employers would stop raising prices, which means the dollar you have now is going to buy the same products this year as it will next year. But it doesn't work that way because everybody wants more. And it just can't work. All right. Mary June, Intel. Didn't we just do Intel? We did just do an Intel. All right, so Cody, thank you for that. What you do is very valuable, and I think it's great to be able to help these people in a skill that can provide them financial freedom in a reasonable time frame. Oh, thank you for that. Oh, Yogzwar Sai Rajut. I am from India. Namaste. Okay, 10 light. Well, that means that the dollar is not as valuable as it was because you can buy less with your dollar as inflation continues. All right, I'm not going to get into economics. Seriously, I'm not. It is what it is. Employees want more money. Well, the money's got to come from somewhere. And the employees have a tendency to not think about where the money's coming from. Okay, where do you think, if you want to raise, great, fine. Where do you think that money's coming from? It's coming from the end product. Whatever the product or whatever the service your employer offers, they have to increase that product or that service to give you your more money. So now you getting more money, but everything else costs more. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot, basically. Anyway, let's not talk economics. Let's go back to the stocks, okay? You spoke about setting up an account for your 5-year-old. Would a UTMA be best for that, in your opinion? Okay, Top Dad, baby. Everything I do is set up in a family trust or the family corporation. This way, I don't have to deal with taxes. Okay? And then my grandson's only 5, so it's not something I need to worry about for quite a long time. So in the revenue code, somewhere there, it's like if you hire family members, you don't have to do Social Security, you don't have to do a whole bunch of other things. But hiring family members is a lot better because there's certain things you don't have to do. All right, so let's keep on what we're doing. Well, what that means, okay, I get that part. Okay, 10 light star, okay. This is not an economics class, okay. The economy is what it is. Okay, you're either an employer or an employee. And it's two totally different ways of looking at things. Employers want some things, employees want something else, two totally different things. But we all want the same outcome. We want our families to be safe, secure, provided for, and we want to have a good, simple life. For most of us. Okay, that we can all agree on. How we get there, that's where we make our disagreements. Okay, because not everybody can be an employer and be in charge of 100, 200, 1,000 people. Not everybody can do that. No, only someone. And some people don't want to do that. Some people just want to be an employee, dig ditches all day, flip burgers all day. Whatever it is you want to do with your life, that's up to you. I'm just showing you what to do with your money. So please, no politics, no economics classes, none of that weird stuff. Let's just stick with the stocks, okay? Let's keep on keeping on. Jazzy, what's happening? Russ, Billy. Ooh, Russ wants to take a look at Billy. We all want 1% per week. Let's go. Luigi, I'm going to agree with you, Luigi. Here we go. Billy. Russ wants to take a look at Billy. B-I-L-I. I never heard of it. Well, let's get the glasses on and see what we're looking at. Billy! The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at what it's doing. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going back up again. 2013. So the 20s are going for 84. Holy cow. Interesting. However, I've never heard of Billy. So let's go to Yahoo Finance and see how profitable this company is. Is it even something that we're looking at? B-I-L-I. Billy. All right, here it is. Billy. Has no dividends. No dividends at all. So who wanted to look at that one? Russ, come on, dude. Russ, the show is called Dividend stock talk. Dividend stock talk. Okay, Billy has no dividends, so I don't know why we're looking at it. Crypto support Edinburgh. Cool beans. Jeff Jerzik, how you doing? DD Steele, how are you today? Kyler Walker, thoughts on stocks with relative strength weakness. My scanner is modified for this. I enjoy. Okay, Kyler, I'm going to tell you what I'm looking for. Just see if it makes sense. Okay? Now, we looked earlier during the week. There's actually 9,976 different companies we can choose from. Okay, here's my thoughts. I want a company that is consistently profitable and has weekly options. That's it. That's the only two criteria I'm looking for. Well, guess what? Those two criteria, there's only about 300 companies that fit. That's it, because I want 2 decades of consistent profits. Not 1 or 2 years, not 5 or 10 years, 2 decades, 20 years. Okay, 20 years consistent profits and weekly options. There's only about 300 companies. That's all I'm looking for. Icon Energy, I'm not sure, but it does pay dividends. Okay, Betal 76, you got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never heard of Icon Energy. Sorry. Alexander, Zim paid $3.17 dividends per share. Do you think it's a trap? Well, let's take a quick look at Zim. ZIM. Got to get the glasses for this one. Okay, so here we are with Zim. Holy shit. Yeah, that does look like a trap. 46% yield. That's nice. However, let's go take a look at historical data and see how often they've increased their dividends. Dividends only. Let's look at all dividends. Okay. Now, as an economics class, you should know most new companies don't make it past 3 to 5 years. 2021, December 2021. Okay? 22. Okay, so that's 1 year, 2 years. Okay, this thing isn't even 3 years old yet. Not even 3 years old. And look at the dividends. $2.50, 17, 285, 475, 295, 640, 23 cents, 93 cents, 365, 317. Does anybody besides me think that that is inconsistent? Now, my idea of consistency is higher and higher and higher and higher. See, look, 250 to 17, well, that's awesome. But it went from 17 to 285. Well, and then it went to 475, awesome. But then it dropped back down to 295. And then it went to 640, awesome. But then it went to 23 cents. Yeah, no, that's not consistently profitable. So what they're trying to do is suck you in to get you to buy the shares. 13, top that babies, 13 CODs is diabolical. I have no idea what a cod is. I mean KODS. Now I know what a COD is. That's a fish. I was a fisherman in New England for a while, and we love cod. But KOD, I have no idea what that is. All right, so let's keep on going. Mary June, thank you. Joshua. Good evening, Mr. Joshua. Ajax, definitely Trina diversified my portfolio. Okay, I have no idea who Trina is, but okay. Joshua, love Altria at the moment. Ugh. Okay, we'll take a look at Altria. Hold on a second. Cody, do you have a baseline for how profitable, for example, obviously a company that's profitable but barely might not be as favored? So what do you measure as a good amount of profitability is good for you? Ooh, Cody, that's like one of the best questions I've seen in a long time. MSFT. All right, you ready, Cody? This is what I'm looking for. Whoops. Okay, check this out. All the way back to 2003. You ready? 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83. Every single year, higher and higher and higher dividend. Well, if a dividend is a portion of the profits that the company gives back to the investors, and that's us, we're the investors. So if the dividend goes up every single year, there's no possible way the dividend can go up without the profits going up. So if the profit goes up, the dividend goes up. If the dividend goes up, well, the profit goes up. They go hand in hand. The right hand washes the left in this equation. Okay, so if the company consistently increases their dividends every single year, that means they must be profitable every single year. Now, there's about 300 companies that do this. You ready? Got a pen, paper? Here we go. Ready? Dividend Kings, 54 companies that have consistently increased their dividends every single year for 5 decades or more. Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies, I believe it's 67. 67 companies that have increased their dividends every single year for 25 years or more. And then we have the Dividend Champions, 150 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 25 years. Now, the difference between the Dividend Champions and the Dividend Aristocrats, you can probably guess by the names. Yeah, the Dividend Aristocrats are a little bit more snooty and a little bit more selective. Okay. Then, coming up the tail end, we have the Dividend Contenders. 10 to 24 years of consistent increased dividends. Now, there's about 300 of those. Now, just for the fun of it, okay, just for the fun of it, we're going to throw in Warren Buffett's list. Because if it's good enough for Warren, I'm pretty sure we all can agree that Warren's pretty good at picking stocks. So you have the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list. Now you can go to Google and write, or Bing, whatever search engine you use, Dividend Kings List 2025. And it'll actually give you the whole list. And then you can go Dividend Aristocrats List 2025. And they will give you that whole list. Okay, they will give you whatever it is you're looking for. If you're looking for the dogs of the Dow, what do you think those are? Well, those are dog stocks. That means they performed terribly. But if you want them, there you go. Okay, there's always a trading strategy for whatever it is your outcome that you want. You just got to figure out what it is. I always tell people, work the equation backwards. What do you need on a monthly basis in order to live comfortably? Okay, if you need $5,000 a month to live comfortably, you need an amount of money that's going to give you that using a certain strategy, whatever that strategy is. So if you need $5,000 a month, let me think, and you're getting 1% every single week, that's $125,000 you're going to need at 1% per week. Now I'm saying 1% per week because that's what I've been doing. Okay, so at $125,000, okay, in your portfolio, 1% is $1,200. Well, 1,250 to be exact. Well, 1,250 times 4 is $5,000. So if you need $5,000, you need at least 125,000 consistently getting you 1% every week. If you need 10,000, you probably should think about your spending habits. But it is what it is. Okay, for 10,000, you're probably going to need 250. But find out what you need. Work the equation backwards. You want safety, consistency, predictability, and profitability. I don't like any company unless they're consistently profitable. Deed's Power Wagon, dude, you got to tell me what year is your Power Wagon. Does your Power Wagon go all the way back to the 30s and 40s, or is it a new piece of crap in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? Because the old Power Wagons with the big 440s in them, those things were awesome. Anyway, let's keep on going. Cody, baseline, okay, got that one. Love that. You like that, Cody? I must be doing something right, Cody. You're actually agreeing with me tonight. Yep, a new one. Oh, that's not a real Power Wagon, dude. Seriously, do yourself a favor. Find someone who has a Power Wagon from the 30s or 40s. Give one of those babies a ride. Hit that gas and you can feel that baby rumble. The ground shakes with one of those things. Cody, do you like a rotation strategy where you are using maybe max 6 to 10 stocks you invest in per quarter, or do you like a broad diversification investment? Cody, damn it, dude, you're coming up with a whole shitload of really good questions. Cody, take a look at this for a second. All right. All right. Now, when I say, Cody, I do the same stocks over and over and over again. Let's go to nope, right here. All righty. So we're going to go back. All right. Wait a second. Right there. All right. Give it a second. Hold on. Now, this list here, what you're going to see, these little green dots. Okay, this is going to change pace for here. I'm going to change pace for a couple seconds. Now, what I have behind you is a calendar, and it's actually an EX dividend calendar. So when you're investing into dividend stocks dividend stocks, you got to remember a few things, okay? There are 4 dates to remember when it comes to dividend stocks. Date number 1, the announcement date. Hey everyone, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made today, and this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to pay you. We're going to give you X amount on this date. That's the announcement date, date number 1. Date number 2 is the EX dividend date. Okay? Now, believe it or not, I have no idea what EX stands for, but it's the EX dividend date. It's the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out, and it is represented by a little green dot on a calendar. We're going to go into it a little bit in a second. Cody, you're going to love this. Okay, date number 3 is the date of record. Now, not as much nowadays as it was back in the 1700s and 1800s and the early 1900s, where you had bookkeepers who actually had a book, a book. So the date of record, all right? Somebody would write down in a book and hand it to the bookkeeper. And the bookkeeper would take every single name in that book, and if you own the stock on the date of record, you were entitled to the dividend. So in order to collect the dividend, you have to buy it before the EX date. See the little green dot? You got to buy it before that date and hold it past the date of record, which is usually 1 or 2 days. Well, years ago, it was 3 to 5 days. But now, it's only 1 day. Last year, it was 2 days. Well, nowadays, it's only 1 day. Okay, date number 4. No explanation needed. Payment date. That's when you get your money. That's it, 4 dates. Now, why are we looking at that? Well, let's take a gander. All right. Let's go back. 50 years? All right, here we go. This is a list of the Dividend Kings. What do we have here? ABM Incorporated, Cisco, UVV, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, Hormel, Procter & Gamble, RPM, Colgate, Palmolive, anyway, so on and so forth. This is January, week number 1 of the quarter, week number 2 of the quarter, week number 3 of the quarter. There's only 13 weeks in the quarter, but here's the thing. You ready? January is quarter 1. January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. I want you to pay attention closely. Look at this. ABM Cisco, UVV, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, Hormel, Procter & Gamble, RPM, Colgate, Palmolive. Let's go to April and see if it looks any different. Okay. ABM, Cisco, UVV, AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Hormel, Procter & Gamble, RPM, Colgate. Doesn't that look the exact same? But this is April. It's not January. It's April. Well, the interesting thing about April, first week of the second quarter, second week of the second quarter, third week of the second quarter, fourth week, second quarter is 13 weeks. Well, hold on. Now let's go to July. Whoops, July. Right there. Give it a second. Here we go. ABM Incorporated, Cisco, UVV, AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Hormel, RPM, Colgate Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, all the exact same stocks. But week number 1 for the third quarter. Week number 2 for the third quarter. Week number 3 for the third quarter. Exact same stocks. Let's go to October. You're probably seeing a pattern now, right? Okay, now we're into October. Okay, ABM, Cisco, ooh, Tootsie Roll. Ooh, we didn't see that one earlier. Okay, UVV, AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Hormel, Colgate Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, RPM, exact same stocks. Week 1 of the fourth quarter, week 2 of the fourth quarter, week 3 of the quarter. So I have about 300 stocks that I look at. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, so on and so forth. As long as they are consistently profitable and they have weekly options, they're on my list. I actually have a list of stocks that's all they do. But as you see, week 1 of the first quarter, week 1 of the second quarter, week 1 of the third quarter, week 1 of the fourth quarter are all almost the exact same. Well, I'm trading the same stocks over and over and over again. Why? Because they're consistently profitable and they have weekly options. Like 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, you know what I mean? Oh, so you personally have your own favorites essentially through the entire year. Exactly. But they're the exact same ones over and over and over again. So Cody, I don't know if you had a chance to take a look at this yet. There we go. Oh, that's weak. That's this year. We'll look at last year's. Weekly trades for 2024. Okay, this is all my trades for last year. Oh, come on. Come on. Here we go. Let's go all the way back to January 2024. You'll get a kick out of this. Yeah, these are all the trades last year. Holy shit. Keep going. And there you go. Week 3, week 2, week 1. All right. First quarter, week 1, January 1st to the 5th. CVS, Ford, General Motors, Macy's. Comcast, CVS, Ford, General Motors, LUV, Southwest Airlines. Okay. Comcast, Ford, General Motors, Lowe's. Clorox, Ford, General Motors, Lowe's, Macy's. Okay, Comcast, Ford, General Motors, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. Clorox, Capital One Finance, Ford, General Motors, Macy's. Comcast, Capital One Finance, Ford, General Motors, Morgan Stanley. Clorox, Capital One Finance, Ford, General Motors, Macy's. Now that's week number 4. Well, let's go further in. Week number 13. Albemarle, JD, Macy's, Paramount, Albemarle, Bitto, Lowe's, Macy's, 3M. Okay, AEO, Albemarle, Bitto, JD, Lowe's, Macy's. Albemarle, JD, Macy's, New York City Credit Bank, and Paramount. But as you look, you will notice a pattern. Certain stocks I trade over and over again. Intel, Kohl's, Wynn Resorts. Intel, Kohl's, Wynn. CVS, Ford, Kohl's, Marathon, MPW, Walgreens. And then you just look over and over again. All my trades are listed right there for last year, and they're listed for this year too. And no, I have not actually finished all of these. It's not my thing, this online stuff. Because so here we are in January of this year. Harley Davidson, Intel, Altria, MPW, Riley, and US Steel. Kohl's, MPW, CVS, Foot Locker, Halliburton. Kohl's, Riley, Riot. Okay, CVS, Foot Locker, Halliburton, Riot, US Steel, Foot Locker, Marathon, MPW, Riot. They're basically all the same stocks over and over and over again because they're all consistently profitable and they all keep giving me more than 1% every single week. Simple works. Cody, what's insane is most of these people probably don't understand the value of what you're dropping on us right now. If I was a newbie, I'd be taking serious notes right now. Most people would have this info behind a pricey paywall. Well, sorry, dude, I was brought up on welfare. My mom was 25 with 6 kids. Dad disappeared. No child support. So it was just basically the 6 of us. So I know what it's like to struggle. So I'm just sharing information. That's it. Now, Cody, I do have stuff to sell. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything here. But I do have stuff to sell. I've written 14 books. I got an online course. My online course sucks. It needs to be updated. I know that. And I also have a paid members group where you actually can watch as I trade my own account. And you too can get, returns like this. 3.88. That was what, week 5? Week 4, 2.33. Right, week 3. 4.87. Fucking, that's nice. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go back to where we were. Right there we go. Okay. So as I was saying, yeah, everything I trade is into a calendar. And I only trade based on the calendar. So this week, I'm only looking at the stocks that are on the list for this week. I'm not looking at everything. Because everything, see, when a stock is getting ready to pay a dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up in price. Just has a tendency to. So if you know that information, great. But what are you going to do with it? Most people will buy the stock. Well, it's not really profitable, and it's not really predictable, and it's not really consistent. A covered call is. Because if I buy a covered call and the stock doesn't move at all, I'm still making a profit. Where if the stock doesn't move, whoever bought the stock, they're not making anything. Now, there are other options and there are other trading strategies out there, but some of them have more risk. Granted, they have more rate of return because you could get a call option and it can double or triple within a couple of days. It also can expire to nothing. So there's always going to be a trade-off. Okay? What is my risk? What is my reward? Now, what I'm giving you for free was a trading strategy I created for my 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That comes to 50% per year. That being said, you do have to do some work. Okay, 5 or 10 minutes every day. Open up your account. What did I buy? All right, I bought some Ford. What did I buy it at? Oh, I bought it at $9.75. What's it at now? It's at $9.80. Okay, nothing really to do. Just, okay. What did it do? What did I buy for? What did it do? Great. What option did I sell against it? I sold the 10s. Okay, well, it's not quite a 10 yet. Nothing to do. But I'm bringing in something every single week. So the cash flow that I'm bringing in every single week, it comes to about 1% per week. Now, as you can see, let's go back to where we were right here. This is right here? Yeah, here we go. Back up to the top. Okay, so as you can clearly see, account number 1 has $200,000 in it. Well, 1% of $200,000 is $2,000 a week. So ask yourself a question. At $2,000 a week for 1 hour, that's 10 or 15 minutes. 10 or 15 minutes a day. That's all it takes. All right, you know what? Here we go. Watch this. Get out of there. Okay, let's go back over to here. Let's go to here. Let's go to this one here. All right. First one, Ford. Simple. Ford. Okay. Here's Ford. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. It's easy to see what it did and where it's going. This is all history. This already happened. Why are we looking at this? Well, we're looking at it to find out where the high of the year is. Where's the low of the year is? Whereabouts is the flow going? Well, it was here at 12 bucks. Jumped up to 14, dropped down to 11.50, jumped up to 15. That's the high of the year. Now from there, as you figured, profit taking, and there was a lot. So much that it brought down to 9.50. Then it basically just went sideways for a while, bottomed down at 9. Now we're at 9.90. What happened lately? Look at this. Okay. The middle of February, we're down here at the $9 area. And today we hit 10.40. Well, from $9 to 10.40 is $1.50. Now I know $1.50 doesn't sound like a lot, but $1.50 is over 10%. Look at that nice movement. That's a 10% movement right there. So you got people just like me and some of you in the audience say, everything jumped up 10%. I'm taking profits. Yeah, you take your profit. Now the stock's coming down. Does it look attractive right now with this big drop? Not as much. But here's the thing. I'm into it right there. I'm into it at, in this particular account, I'm into it at 9.75. Well, I sold the 9.35s. Well, look where it is. It's at 9.90. So, what did I buy it for? Where's it at now? What is my risk of being called out? Well, I'm going to be called out. Do I care? No, because I've already made my profit. I'm okay with that. So I'll get all my cash back and I'll get to move on to something else next week. Ford don't look as exciting as it used to. Okay, so Ford doesn't look as appealing now as it did way over here. Okay, fine. So in 2 or 3 weeks, when this thing comes all the way back down to here, and it probably will, see, I'm going to write Ford down for 2 weeks from today, because in 2 weeks from today, after all the profit taking is done, okay, after all the profit taking is done, and it's back down here at 9.30, 9.40, I'll look for a new bottom as it turns around and goes back up again. Fine, I'll do it. All right, so you guys on TikTok, hang tight. I'm going to reboot because apparently I got a flag for tonight. I said something that somebody didn't agree with. So I'm going to reboot on TikTok. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, right? Rebooting. I hate that when that happens. You say something and they get all pissy on you. Come on. All right, so let's start again. Here we go. Okay, going live. 3, 2, 1. And we're live again on TikTok. Yay! It was that easy. Just reboot. That's it. Come on. There we go. And here we go. Come on. Here we go. All righty. All right, so while they're rebooting there, let's take some more questions. Thank you, sir. Mark Sultan, you're welcome. Mo72. All right, Felix, TSCO. Is that Tractor Supply, TSCO? TSCO. Nice. Now, it takes three to 4 seconds to find out what nice was. Here's the high, here's the low. Here's where it was, here's where it is. This thing basically went sideways all year long. Just stayed in that channel. Okay, fine. But look where it is. It's in a nice upward trend right there. High here, dropping down. Now it's going back up again. Well, that looks good. But what am I getting paid? Okay, it's currently at 55.78. No, because the last trade was 54.16. So the 54.50s are going for 65. Well, that works. Even the 55s are going from 45 to 65. That's still 1%. Well, do you like Tractor Supply? Some of us do. Picaris, dude, I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, who do we got tonight? Angel Fan, what's happening? Zach, Skydiver Sam, Elvis is in the building. Woohoo! Luis, how are you? Isben, what's happening? Tina May, Cool Beans, Picaris, Einstein's here. Garrett, DAL. I believe airline stocks are undervalued right now. Okay. Now, Garrett, I appreciate that. I'm going to take a look at DAL and tell you what I think of it. Ryan, Sarah with no H. All right. Fod Al Sakaf. Good evening. I hope I said that right. Peace and love. Back again. Cool Beans. TikTok can't handle the truth. Now, I think it had something to do with my brother, overdosing. Because I said what he was doing. I don't think they're used to people, coming out and saying stuff. That's why I want to get onto Rumble. Rumble, you can say anything you want. They don't care. Freedom of speech, you know what I mean? Dear live stream, back again. Cool Beans. Cody, I'll still fight with you on AI until the bitter end, though. All love, though, what you do is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Cody. Don't get me wrong, Cody. I took a look at the AI thing. It makes me uncomfortable. Sorry. Cody, if I did AI, I feel as if I would be doing a disservice. Giving all the information to a computer and having the computer doing it for me. There's something about me doing it myself gives personal satisfaction. Okay, Deep Power Wagon's catching on. Cool Beans. My feed is lagging. Okay, Deep Power Wagon. You want something funny? Okay, you're on an iPhone, okay, and the modem is literally 6 feet away. So it's not as if the modem's like on the other side of the house. It's literally 6 feet away from the phone. So why am I getting an interruption with the what do you call it? With the waves? I have no idea. And there it goes again. Pause due to poor connection. I have no idea what that is. You can respect that. Thank you, Cody. All right, so Garrett wants to take a look at Delta. Wait a minute, wait. Garrett, hold the phone. We're still looking at Tractor Supply. All righty. So Tractor Supply a year ago was at 52. Okay, the bottom of the year was in the middle of April. That's 48.28. She goes out, pulls back, blah, blah, blah. The high of the year is the middle of October. Okay? Now, look at the last 90 days. Well, here's your last 90 days. Same thing. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? But look at the pattern now. It's more pronounced. It's easier to see. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's going up. You can clearly see that. Here's the high. Came down here. Now it's going up. Well, what do you think? How high can it go? From 51 to 54 is only $3 on a $50 stock. That's what, maybe 6%, 7%. We got a long way to go before this thing has profit taking on it. So the last 30 days, we'll be looking for the 27th right there. There we go. Last 30 days, check that out. Okay, the high, the low, where it was, where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up. So definitely going to the upside. Well, great. Let's actually do one with Tractor Supply. See if it makes sense. Wait a minute. Before we do that, let's check the seasonality. What does this thing normally do this time of year? Oh, shit, look at that. You buy it in January, then you sell it in, just before Christmas. And look at it. It looks like it dips just before Christmas. But look at the movement from January to December. That's nice. Okay. But we're here. We're just before April. I want to look in that area. Okay, from the blue dot right there, here we go. Oh, yeah. Now, you can barely see it, but it's there. Okay, the blue dot represents today. That was today. So it looks like it's going to go up a tiny bit and just ever so slightly to the upside. Well, that works for me because I'm not looking for a big jump. I'm looking for a small jump because a covered call, if I buy it at the money and I sell it at the money, I'm not looking to get money on the stock itself. I'm looking to get money from the premium I collect. Because think of it this way, an insurance policy, which is what these are, okay, they're originally insurance policies. Okay, so you're buying a policy or you're selling a policy for someone else to make a performance. You want to buy it at a certain price by a certain date. Now, they were originally intended to be insurance policy to protect against losses. So if your stock is at 54.16 and you thought there was a chance it might go down, you would buy a put option. And if the stock dropped, well, the put option would increase so you wouldn't lose any money. That's what they were originally intended for. But someone said, well, you know what? I can do this, this, and this, and I can make that. Yeah, so someone said, let's change it around a little bit. So anyway, a covered call, calendar spread, or any kind of spread does great on a flat market or a slightly up market. And that's what we're doing. We're doing a simple, safe trading strategy, and that is a covered call. It's one of the simplest strategies out there. So let's get out of here. Change this back to right there. All right, now 54.16 is the current price. So I will look at the 54.50s and let's see a covered call on the 54.50s. First thing I want to do is to change this right here from single to covered call. All right there, there it is. Remember I said I wanted to do the 54.50s because that was the last traded price. Okay, ever since they started the 24-hour trading, these numbers here aren't as accurate as they used to be. But this won't change until tomorrow. That's the last traded price for today. So we're going to go off of that one. So the 54.50 right there, all right, just one contract. And I want to do it at the market. Now, the reason why I want to do it at the market, when I'm entering into a trade first thing in the morning, okay, a market order will fill at 9 a.m. as soon as the market opens. So I'm buying the stock and selling the option at the exact same price. The option and the stock are tied together in this trade. Okay, so that being said, here's the trade right here in green. Buy one covered call, Tractor Supply 100, that is the weeklies, for April 25. Well, that's this coming Friday. Not tomorrow, but next Friday. The $54.50 call option against the TSCO stock at the market to open. Two orders, but one trade. So I'm saving on commissions. So here's my break even, 53.52. Well, the stock is currently at 54.16. So my break even, 53.52. Anything above 53.52 is going to be a profit. All right, well, that works for me. All right, so from there, next line down, maximum profit, $97.50. Well, that's going to give us an idea of what our rate of return is for the week. So, calculator, where are you? Come on down. Here we go, calculator. So, we're going to take the $97.50 maximum profit. Okay, and 97.50. And we're going to divide it by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $5,353.16. $5,353.16. What do we got? 1.82. 1.82% for the week. So now you have some questions you need to ask yourself. Number one question, Does it make sense? Number 2 question, do I like Tractor Supply? Number 3 question, do I like Tractor Supply at this price? Number 4, am I willing to buy Tractor Supply at this price? Hold it until my deathbed cometh and sell a covered call every single week to bring in some cash flow. Only sell it if it hits my target. Well, my target here is 54.50. Well, the stock is currently at 54.16. So it's only going to go up like 40 cents, at 34 cents to be exact. And then I'll be back into all cash again. But I will make 1.8% this week. And who knows what I'm going to make next week on this company. Because do I like the company? Am I willing to buy and hold on to it? These are important questions. Remember question number 1? Never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. If you don't understand it, don't buy it. If you've never heard of it, don't buy it. If you don't know, does it have dividends? Does it have options? How consistently profitable are they? If you don't know that information, you shouldn't be playing this game. It's not for the faint of heart, but it will set you financially free. And here's the thing. You got 2 choices and only 2 choices. You can ask anybody you want. If anyone says you have more than 2 choices, they're lying to you because you only got 2. Choice number 1, take responsibility for your own money and invest it yourself. Choice number 2, give up accountability and let somebody else do it for you. That's it. But don't kid yourself. At some point in your life, money is going to have to come from somewhere. It's going to have to magically appear. Because at some point, someone's going to say to you, dude, you're too old. Stay home. Okay, retirement. It's wonderful. You get to sleep as late as you want. You get to eat dinner at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Believe it or not, it does happen. Okay? But it is kind of fun if you have fun people around to enjoy it with. But it is going to come. As much as you think you're invincible at this young point in your life, you're not. It will be here. I'm 61. I never thought I was going to be at 61. Okay, whoever thinks they're going to be 61? Well, I am. Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. Next. Mark Sultan, how will you do this with AI anyway? Script. You know what? I could think about it and I could give you the script, but I'm not going to. Okay? I give enough away for free. I do, in my humble opinion. Okay? Now, you may think I'm doing this for you guys. I kind of am, but I'm also creating a video diary for my children and my grandchildren. Because at some point, I will be gone. But I don't want everything I learned over the last 40, 50 years to go with me. So hopefully, they will at some point watch and see what I did and hopefully learn from that. Because I think right now I'm up to 920 videos on YouTube alone. I think my podcast has over 900 episodes. And I've written 15 books. So I got a lot of information out there. And this is the only topic I've been doing for the past 15 years. So hopefully my children and grandchildren will appreciate it. Who knows? My grandson's 5. I don't have any yet. I'm hoping there's more. I hint, but you can't push them. Let's keep going. All righty. What else we have for questions? Sarah with no H. How you doing? Fat al-Sakaf. Peace and love. Good evening. Cody, saw that. Kato Wiz, can you explain what you mean 1% without a price? Without the price. Okay. That's kind of weird. How can I do 1% without a price? The maximum you can get is 100%. Maximum. Okay? 100% is 100. Well, you take away 99 of that, and then you're left with 1. I'm not sure how I can give you 1% without telling you about the price. All right. I'll give you an example. All right. 1% of $1, okay, $1, 1% of $1 is 1 penny. 1% of $10 is $1. Okay? Wait a minute, no. 1% of $10 is 10 cents. 1% of $100 is $1. 1% of $1,000 is $10. Yeah. 1% of $100,000 is 1,000. You're basically, let's get rid of this. See this number right here? $54.16. Okay, $54.16. 1% of $54.16 is 54 cents. You're taking the decimal point, 54.16. You're taking the decimal point and moving it over to the left 2 spots. So it's 0.54. Okay, so 54 cents is 1% of $54. Okay, $1 is 1% of $100. You're just moving the decimal point over 2 places. And I don't know how to give you 1% without using a number. Simone! Simone is in the house. Yay! The party can now begin. Simone, yay! The B guy. What's happening, B guy? Gemini 5. Luis, good, thanks. You're welcome. Red salads. Okay, that's a new one on me. Luis. Miss Me. Okay. Connor, what's happening? Saeed, what's going on? We're back. Yeah, 75 Corvette. You know, the funny thing is, when you say something and TikTok don't agree with you, yeah, they stop it. And then it was like 40 people. And then they stopped it at 40 people. They wouldn't let any more people come in. So I had to reboot it. It happens every once in a while. I'll say something that somebody doesn't agree with. Whatever happened to free speech? Okay? Anyway. Jeff Jerzik, how you doing? Thank you for that. 75 Corvette. Freezing? Freezing? I have no idea what that means. All right. Isben, thank you for that. Patty Garcia. How you doing, Patty Garcia? Parkis. Let's look at MLGO. Small cap, no dividends. I'm shorting it tomorrow, right up your alley. Parkis, I don't short stuff. Okay? And if it has no dividends, I'm not quite sure why we're looking at it. But you know what? You're here more so than a lot of these people, so let's take a gander at it. Okay. MLGO. MLGO. Oh, hell no. Holy shit. It has no options, dude. No. Hey, look at this. The high of the year, 500, and now it's down to 15. No. Double hell no. See, I'm not a gambling man. Parkis, I have no idea why you think I'd find that thing interesting. Okay? I'm not a gambler at all. Now, my younger days, yes. Nowadays, no. Last 30 days. What is this thing doing? 27. No, I'm not quite sure why you... All right, no. I'm not going to waste our time with this one. Sorry, Parkis. That silver guy. Dude, how you doing? What do you do when you hit the wrong button and your calls are blind to lose? Okay, now that silver guy, let me explain this to you. Now, I want you to understand really closely. Most beginners lose a lot of money by hitting the wrong button. Now, I've been trading for 20 years, and 3 weeks ago, I hit the wrong button and lost $2,500. Okay, if I can hit the wrong button, you can. Okay, on I think it was Wednesday, I had 3 phone calls, and all 3 of those people, they hit the wrong button also. It happens. But let me tell you this. It is very important. If you hit the wrong button and you're going to lose, or you think you're going to lose, you got to pick up that phone immediately and call the broker directly. It's going to cost you a little bit to call, because once you involve a broker, called broker assisted trade, they will back it up for you. But you have to do it immediately, not 5 or 10 minutes down the road. I'm talking within a minute. If you hit the wrong button, oh shit, you pick up that phone right away. Most of the time, they'll work with you. But if 5 or 10 minutes go by, they won't. Okay? So, yeah, it can happen. It does happen. FH, were you ever a teacher? No, but I always wanted to be a teacher. Seriously, I did. I really wanted to be a teacher. But I had no desire to do 7 years of college to be underappreciated and underpaid. If I'm going to be unappreciated and underpaid, yeah, I don't want to have to go to college. I can get, disrespect. I can get disrespect and all that other crap that teachers have to do with, without having to go into debt. Yeah, no thank you. But, I will teach at a what do you call them? A Montessori school where you don't have to have a college education. You just got to be, know your topic. Okay. T-Pez, thank you for that. 6 to sauce da. Okay. That silver guy, what do you do to mitigate your loss? Okay, so the silver guy, okay, you're under the impression that I actually have losses. Okay, so far this year, okay, I got to knock on wood. So far this year, I have 0 losses. Okay, I have made over 400 or 500 trades this year with 0 losses so far. So yeah, I'm knocking on wood when I get the chance to. Do you like Core Weave IPO? Never heard of it, AJ. Now, AJ, when I say I don't deal with companies unless they have 2 decades of profitability, IPO, no possible way can have 2 decades of profitability. Mr. ABCGI. Ooh, good evening. Foolishness. Question. You going to trade the April 1-2? I have no idea what the April 1-2 is. Okay? Because if you're thinking that whatever Trump is doing is going to change things, yeah, you're sadly mistaken. You're listening to the wrong people telling you the wrong shit. Because here's the thing. The stock market has been around for over 400 years. If you think just one guy is going to create a huge mess and everybody's going to lose everything, yeah, you're definitely listening to the wrong people. Okay, we've seen World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf Wars, all that crap over on the other side of the world. We've seen all that crap. We've seen the Great Depression. We've seen the stock market crashes. 29, 87, 2000, 2008, 2021. There's a crash or a recession every decade. Every 10 years, there's a crash or two. I mean, that's what happens. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Retracement, correction, whatever you want to call it. K2 Wiz. Mikey, what's happening? Oh, can't even see what bro's pointing at. XXYYZZ. You can't see what I'm pointing at? Well, yeah, there's nothing there. There we go. Weird stuff here now. All right, so anyway, XXYYZZ. Now, you're new here because trust me, I'd remember that name. What you're seeing here behind you. Now, you're on TikTok. I'm going to make the assumption that you're probably on your phone or some kind of iPad or some kind of device. Yeah, you need to go into the other room, sit in front of the big screen TV because this screen right here is live on YouTube. So you can see these little tiny numbers. So if you got a nice big screen TV at home, yeah, put it up on YouTube and you'll be able to see the numbers a lot easier. Keto Wins, can you explain what you see as 1% when looking at an option price? Oh, that's easy. You ready? Let me see. I'm going to do this in a way that you probably... Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Now, this is the information on the stock. What information do you need? The opening price of the day, the high of the day, the low of the day, the close of the day, the volume, and the range. Okay? $13.18 is the closing price. The opening price, $13.20. So she's down 9 cents for the day. Okay, big deal. The bid, 13.14, the ask 13.31. Okay, this is what I can buy it for. This is what I can sell it for. This number right here is the volume. That is how many shares traded today. Over here, the opening price, the high of the day, and the low of the day. This is the information just on the stocks itself. Just the stocks. Okay? All right, so look at the price of the stock. $13.18. $13.18. 13.18. 1% of 13.18. $13. $13. 1% of $13 is 13 cents. You take the decimal point and move it over 2 places. That's it, 13 cents. Okay? So, if I'm looking to sell an option, okay, I don't want to sell 28 March because it expires tomorrow. No value to it. For April, I have 8 days before it expires. 8 days, that's a week, next Friday. Okay, so if 13 cents is 1% and the current stock price is 13.44 cents, well, that's more than 1%. The 13.50, 20 cents, that's more than 1%. 14.8 cents, it's not more than 1%. It's actually that simple. You move the decimal point over 2 places. So 13.18, $13.18. Well, 1% of that is 0.1318. So it's 13 cents. Okay, so the 13.50, 20 cents. Well, that's 7 cents more than 1%, which is almost 1.5%. You know what? Let's do one on Macy's, just for the fun of it, because it's up here. I'm not going to look at the chart. Just look at the numbers and how it works. You're going to change this to covered stock. The 13.50s right there. One contract at the market to open. Here we go. Buy one covered call of Macy's 100. That is the weeklies. For April 25. That means the option is going to expire next Friday at 4 p.m. So whoever buys this option, now we have no choice, we have no clue, we have no idea who buys it. Because we can only sell and we can only buy to the market maker. Think of it this way. You got a corner store. Quick Stop, Circle K, Quickie Mart, 7-Eleven, whatever the corner store is. We all have one. The owner, the guy behind the register, he's the owner. Let's call him the market maker. You walk into his store. Now he, the market maker, the owner of the store, has the privilege of buying a gallon of milk right from the farmer for $3. Well, guess what he's going to sell it to you for? $3.50. Where's his profit? His profit is the difference between the purchase price and the sale price, called the spread. Okay? The bid, 13.14. The ask, 13.31. Well, that's a big spread. Was that 17 cents or 27 cents? No, 17 cents. Okay, 17 cents. But that's per share. Think about it. That's per share. Well, how many shares were traded? 6.6 million. Well, for the fun of it, let's do this. Okay? He makes 13 cents a share. Is that right? All right, 13 cents a share. And how many shares traded? 6,656,052. Okay? So the market maker today on Macy's, just the stock, not the options, just the stock. The market maker made $865,000. He didn't really make that because during the day, the spread is a lot tighter, which means it might be 13.18 and 13.20. It's usually a 2 to 3 cent spread during the day. But this should just give you an idea. The spread is the market maker's profit, whatever that is. But that would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's get out of there. Oh, wait a second. We didn't do it. Oh, okay, so here we go. Buy one covered call, Macy's 100, April 4th, 2025. That's next Friday. That's when it expires. The $13.50 call option against the Macy's stock at the market to open to open. Okay? My profit here, $53.50. So let's bring up the calculator. $53.50 divided that by the maximum, the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $1,297. All right, so $1,297.16 comes to a grand total of 4.1%. You want to see something even crazier than that? Hold the phone, because this here is a margin account. Do you know what that means? Do you know, seriously, do you know what a margin account means? Because this number here is if it's all cash. Okay, people love buying all cash. Great. Me? Hell no, I buy margin. Why? Because if I can borrow money at 8% and I can make 50%, I'll borrow as much money as I can. As a matter of fact, any of you guys out there want to lend me money, I'll pay you up to 20%. You want to lend me money? I'll pay you 20% to borrow your money. Anyway, right here, buying power effect, 638. It's a margin account, which means half the money is mine, half the money is borrowed. So let's see what it looks like on a margin account. The numbers are still the same. $53.50 is my profit. But on margin, it's only costing me $638. Okay, so I'm going to divide this by $638.15. So now, instead of 4%, I'm getting 8.3. Now, I encourage you all, do not do margin unless you understand the risks involved. Because as the stock goes up, if it goes up $1, you make $2. But if it goes down $1, you lose $2. So it's magnified. Your profits are magnified. Your losses are magnified. You're borrowing someone else's money. Do not do margin until you understand the risks involved. Okay? I'm just pointing out the numbers. That's all. I don't give advice. I don't give tips. I just point and click and show you the numbers and give you my opinion. That's it. Entertainment. I sing. I dance. Oh! Okay, that kind of stuff. Yeah, do not take this seriously. Never believe anybody online. Do your own research. It's your money. You are responsible for it. Do your own due diligence. Does it make sense? Is it something you think you can do? Double check other sources. Don't just listen to me. Check other sources. Is what I'm saying true? Is what I'm saying correct? Is a covered call a safe strategy? Are these stocks safe stocks? If you think Ford, General Motors, AT&T, IBM, Home Depot, Lowe's, if you think these companies are great, fine. Do your own due diligence. I'm just showing you the numbers. Let's keep going. But I like Macy's, and yeah, if you take a look at my trades for last year, there's 52 weeks in the year. I probably bought and sold Macy's 40 times last year because it was my most favorable, it was my most profitable stock last year. Wait a minute, my second, I think Walgreens was my most profitable. Now the funny thing is, Walgreens just dropped like a rock, but I made so much money on it doing covered calls. Exactly what I'm showing you here. I'm not showing you something different, and I'm not hiding anything. What do they call that, gatekeeping? I'm not gatekeeping. You ask me a stock, I'll show you the numbers. I'll show you all the numbers. I'll even do some practice trades. All right, so Cato Wiz, I hope that explains the 1%, okay? 1% is 1%, whatever you think of it. April 24 is a month from now. No. April 24. What am I looking for? No. 4 April 25. That's next Friday. Okay? Music spot, for April. That's the 4th of April. 25 is 2025. So for April 25 is next Friday. Okay? So sometimes people see something and think they see something else. Okay? So April 24, yeah, that's a month away. But for April is next Friday. And that's what it says right there. Okay, buy one covered call Macy's 100 weeklies for April 25. Well, that's next Friday. Okay. La 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 la. Desire live stream. How much do you put on position normally? 20%. Most of my accounts have free trades. No, they don't. Because you think they have free trades. Maybe the trades are free, but there's always a cost somewhere. Okay? Now they say it's free. No, take a little bit deeper. Do a trade and look at all the fees and all the transactions. Okay, they have what is called something fee. But there is a fee. There's always a fee. All right, let's keep on going. Davey Kim, how are you doing today? Scott wants to take a look at Pepsi. George Dupuy, good evening, George. Having definite issues with Facebook. All right, so let's get out of here and let's look at the next one. Out of there, out of there, out of there. Reset that back to here. Definitely having issues on Facebook. Gonna have to get rid of that camera. Pepsi. Pepsi's next. PEP. All righty. Ooh, looks good. Pepsi. All right, here we go. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look what it's doing. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now it's going back up again. It's at 149 at the moment. It's at 149 at the moment. All right, so what's the 149 going for? Actually, it's 150. So the 150 is going for 154 to 172. That's more than 1%. Well, we all know who Pepsi is. So let's take a gander. A year ago, Pepsi's right around 174. The high of the year for Pepsi is 183.50. And that was back in the middle of May. All right, she went down, back up, blah, blah, blah. The last 90 days. Okay, so 90 days ago, okay, last week of December, here we are. Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It is so simple, it is silly. I can ask my 5-year-old grandson, say, buddy, what do you think? Well, he'll say something like, oh, where's the high? Oh, here's the high, Papa G. Oh, hey, oh, buddy, where's the low? Oh, here's the low, Papa G. Okay, you see where it is now? Where do you think it's going next? Ooh, Papa G, it looks like it's going up. Because that's what it does. Stocks go down, and then they go up. And imagine that. They go down again. Uh-oh, hold the phone. They go back up. Oh, no, really? They go back down again, and then they go back? Yeah, that's all they do. If you're expecting a stock to come to your house and make you dinner, tuck you in at night, put little candies on your pillows, and tuck you in, yeah, you're sadly mistaken. They go up, they go down. That's all they do. If you're expecting anything more than them going up and down, you're sadly mistaken. Okay, so last 30 days for Pepsi. Okay, 30 days ago, here we are. Here's the high, here's the low. Simple. Up, down, up. So you get that. A double high here at 160. Then she drops a 30-day bottom. You get a triple bar right there, 145, 1, 2, 3. Well, 2 days the upside. I love 2 days the upside from a bottom, especially a triple bottom. Yeah, triplets. What do you call it? What is that? The Hooper triplets? Does anybody know who the Hoopla triplets are? The Hooper triplets. Someone knows. See who knows. Who are the Hooper triplets and where did they come from? And why are they iconic? The Hooper triplets. Gloria. Good evening, Miss Gloria. And how are you today? All right. Felix, you're right. Industry fee. Yeah. I knew there was a name to it. It's called an industry fee or a platform fee, something like that. Okay, GT, good evening. How are you doing? Melodic Angie, do you do a covered call every week on calls? Well, of course I do. As long as I own it, I do a covered call on it. James, you are 66. Cool bean. Oh, disgruntled cook is 61. Uh-oh, where was I? All right, here we go. I understand this all too well. 60 here. John, why not make an AI script and license it to people for a subscription fee monthly? Okay, John, I would prefer, you know what, John? I actually enjoy talking to people. I do, believe it or not. When I say drop your phone number in and I'll give you a call, I'll give you a call. I like interacting with people. I like helping people out. And I'm going to keep doing this until it's no longer fun, until I'm no longer enjoying myself. But I'm enjoying myself at the moment. But I don't trust computers. Okay, John, I'm not quite sure about you, but I've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. I've seen The Terminator. I've seen other movies where the computers take over and kill the humans. Yeah, it does not make me want to trust them. Sorry. Terry, good evening. George, how you doing? Duvry reacts. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but okay. Don Clee wants to take a look at OPP. What the heck is OPP, Don? Oh, wait a second. We're still on Pepsi. The numbers look Pepsi. I'm the best husband. I'm getting dumber. Okay, the best husband. I want to tell you something. Okay? If you think you're getting dumber, bring your wife on. Women make better traders than guys do. Okay? Guys don't want to admit they're wrong. Guys are stubborn. Guys will dig their heels in. And if something's going the wrong way, they'll double down on it and lose more. No, women are much better traders. Sorry, guys. All right. Pepsi, 149.60. So we're looking at the 150. It's going for 154. Let's find out. Why not? Wait a minute. Before we do that, what does Pepsi usually do this time of year? For that, we need the seasonality chart. Ooh, holy Nike. Look at that. Now, please tell me you can see that. Seriously. Now, if you don't know what a seasonality chart is, I got to go backwards. All the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. It is actually the whole year that you're looking at one time. The blue line represents this year, 2025. The red line, well, that represents 10 years worth of data. Well, that's 2015, 2016, 2017, 18, 19, 20, so on and so forth. 10 years worth of data. This is the average move over the last 10 years. Business as usual, this is what you can expect. Okay, you get out of it in February, you jump into it in March, you get out of it in May, you jump into it in mid-June, you get out of it in July, you get back into it in the middle of August, and then you get out of it in mid-December. Take the rides. Seasonality. I said, what does it normally do throughout the year? Well, this is what it normally does. Okay, so we're here where the blue dot is. That's today. Okay, this is what we can expect. Now, is this guaranteed? Nope. Cody, you're going to love this. Cody, you paying attention? There's only 3 guarantees in life. Only 3. Okay? Now, you might have more than 3 in your life, but there's only 3. Death, taxes, disappointment. Get used to it, because as an adult, you're going to be disappointed quite often. But take a look, seriously. The blue dot is today. Okay, this is what it normally does. And that's a nice move to the upside. That's Pepsi. Now, I know you all know who Pepsi is. So here's a silly question. Do you have Pepsi in your roster? Do you think that you should? The company's over 100 years old. They are a dividend king. A dividend king means they have increased the profits that they share with the investors, that's you and me, every single year for more than 5 decades. That's 50 years. Some of you guys haven't even been alive that long. And this company is over 100 years old. Yeah, why isn't it in your portfolio? I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just asking you. It's a 100-year-old company. They consistently increase their profits. If I can get 1% or more every single week, why the hell not? Let's find out. All right, so it's currently at 150. All righty. Well, covered call on 150. Right there. One contract at the market because it's going to fill first thing in the morning. Here we go. Buy one covered call of Pepsi. 100, that's the weekly for April 25. That's next Friday. The $150 call option against the Pepsi stock at the market to open to open. Okay, 2 orders. Buying the stock, selling the option. I'm collecting $196 for one contract. Well, what's one contract costing me? Well, all cash, I'm going to give you both numbers, okay? All cash, it's going to be $14,000. Okay, clear. 196 divided by $14,804 with a little bit of 66 pennies. Okay, 1.32. Not that huge, but it is what it is. It is Pepsi. It is a dividend king. Now, some of you guys like to go with true tested companies like Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Johnson & Johnson or AT&T. They've been around for a long time. General Electric, another one. But this is Pepsi, and it's offering 1.3% for 1 week. All right, next. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Let's change this back to this and get out of there. Bloody jolly good there, laddies. Let's do this. All right, yeah, all right. Don Clee, OPP. What the heck is OPP? OPP for you and me. There's no options, as you can see. Roy Kiter. Okay. Mike Barnett, any advice on how to prepare for technical questions in finance interviews? I am a college student. Unfortunately, Mike, I can't help you out. I didn't go to college. Well, see, semantics. I did go to college. I went to MIT. I went to Bridgewater State. I went to Harvard. I went to Princeton. Now, I went there to visit. I didn't actually attend any classes. I did get asked to speak at MIT. But college, it really depends on what you want to do with the rest of your life. You really want to be in finance? Well, you got to prove yourself worthy. Depends. Where do you want to go to work? And is that what you really want to do? I can't give you technical questions. I can't help you out with technical questions because I have no idea whatsoever what facet or what portion of the finance industry you plan on going into. Because there's a whole bunch. You know, there's commodities, there's futures, there's cryptocurrency, there's mortgages, there's other investments, offshore investments. There's a lot out there. What's your favorite dividend stock? This year, I would have to say Kohl's this year. Last year it was Macy's and Walgreens. Elijah Sin the Vitke. Okay. Elijah, how are you doing? The best husband. You're getting dumber, dude. Can't help you out with that one. Sorry. Tom Kroll, how are you doing? Are we doomed or is it over? Tom Kroll, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Okay, Cardinal, we already looked at Intel. What is your personal favorite stock currently? I would say U.S. Steel. I'm getting a nice profit off U.S. Steel currently. Twisted Philly, back again. I look younger. Oh, I don't know if I take that. I don't know how to take that one. Mike, how you doing? Sin the Vitke wants to take a look at AGNC. Sarcasm, James. I knew you would hate it. For real, though. How about Nike? Paid well last year. Yeah, Nike did pay well last year. Now you're the best teacher. Thank you, Cesar. All right, AGNC, huh? AGNC. Okay, interesting. Now, I normally don't do AGNC. Now, it's got nothing against the company. It has to do with the premiums. Okay? At the money, you're getting a nice premium. 1 strikeout, crap. 2 strikeout, nothing. 3 strikes out, nothing. Okay, so I don't do AGNC because of the numbers are horrible. Okay? Sorry. Okay, Picaris wants to take a look at Nike. Nike, tra-la-la. Oh, look at this. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this big, huge drop. Sideways, down, up, down, up, down. It's actually dropping, but look at where it is. Okay? It's actually near the bottom. Yesterday was the bottom. So today is 1 day up from the bottom. Now, I'm sure you've heard it over and over and over again. If you're going to make money in the stock market, you buy low and you sell high. Well, here's an opportunity for you. That's not a suggestion. I'm just pointing out the obvious. Okay, you cannot get any lower than the low of the year. And with Nike, the low of the year was yesterday. Now, that's not an indicator to jump in and buy some. Okay, it's an indicator to say that's the bottom. For me, I like 2 days to the upside, then jump in. So this, for me, would be a perfect candidate for Monday. Because if tomorrow is higher, and then Monday, she opens up higher, that's the third day. That's when I'm going to jump in. So Nike's going to be on the top of my list for Monday. Okay. Smooth induction, Cato. Think I know what you meant. Looking for a weekly option at 1% of the stock price. So, $50 stock price, 50-cent premium. Yeah, that's about right. 50 cents is 1% of $50. Pretty much, I think I said that. Okay, Mick and Rodney, how are you today? Ernest McIntosh, Dipsy Hustle. Dipsy. Oh, that was Nipsey. Nipsey Russell, I was thinking of. Okay. New coin, Donald. Okay, yeah, I don't do that. Sorry, dude. Okay. Connor Sandin. Are you in Eastern Standard Time? Yes, I am. John Massari. ARR lost me 1,200 year to date. ARR. What the hell is ARR? ARR. Well, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. Okay. Now, ARR is armor. Okay. Who said, okay, John, I don't do monthly optionable stocks. 17 April, 16 May, 18 July, 17 October. Those are all monthlies. So here's the thing. There's only 12 months in the year. Monthly optional stock, I can only trade it once a month. So what am I making? 12 to 24% a year? Okay, fine. Doesn't work for me. Okay, I want to trade once a week. I'm retired, so I got all the time in the world to do whatever I want. So 5 or 10 minutes a day for me, well, I've been doing it for the last 20 years, so it's been routine for me for the last 20 years. So even on vacation, I will check my stocks 5 or 10 minutes a day. Because they say, if you have a garden and you don't tend to the weeds, they'll take over. Okay? So ARR, I wouldn't do it because it's a monthly. I can't get 1% a week from a monthly unless I agree to sit in front of my computer all day long, and that ain't happening. Okay? Okay, John, Van, I used options to recovet. Okay. Double J, how about FMC? What the heck is FMC? It's never a good thing, and when I say what the heck is this, what the heck is that? So Double J, 17 April, 16 May, 20 June, blah, 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 blah. Didn't you just hear me? I don't do monthlies. They just don't work for me. Thank you for all your lessons. Appreciate it. Teacher, all righty. Black Project, cool beans. How are you doing today? Inglés para latinos on USA. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien, no? Okay, anyway, Double J. Guidance will ruin 4 quarters of positive earnings. Okay, Double J, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but okay. Garrett wants to take a look at Delta Airlines. Well, let's take a look at Delta Airlines. DAL. Interesting. I'm going to say no for this week for Delta Airlines. Let me explain. Okay, the high, the low, where was it, where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's actually coming down at the moment, so it's one of those where it's coming down. Look at the down right here. Okay, here's your profit taking, retrace, 3 days to the downside. Yeah, now I'm going to put this for next week because it looks like when this comes down even further, finds a new bottom, then turns around and goes back up, then I'll be interested. At this moment, no. So I'm going to write DAL for next week, Garrett, okay? Oh, Garrett, it's already written down. So apparently, we already looked at it this week, and we decided earlier this week that Delta is going to be good for next week. Andrew Strophus. No idea what that means, but okay. Sindavitki, what's the minimum? I have no idea what you mean by what's the minimum. Scott, we already looked at Pepsi. Ooh, Scott wants to take a look at Kroger. I like Kroger. Now, Kroger originally wasn't on my list. I got Kroger from Warren Buffett. And all righty. Take a good look at that one. I'm not 100% sure I like that. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the momentum. Down, up, down. What's going on right here? Well, let's see. Currently, the price is 66.14. So the 66s are going for 91. Okay, we're losing, I don't know. See, now, although everything looks simple and easy here, you're going to remember one thing. Tomorrow morning, when the market is open, all of these numbers are going to change, and they're going to change fast. So you got to decide what number makes sense to you. Well, right now, here's the price. Okay, but tomorrow morning, they're going to be different. But the math and the equation stays the exact same. What am I buying it for? What's the closest strike price? What is the premium from that strike price? And is that premium more than 1%? It either is or it isn't. It's just actually that simple. So Kroger, a year ago, need the glasses for this. Kroger a year ago is at 56.60. The bottom of the year, we actually got a double bottom at the end of June at 40, let's call it 49. Okay, last 90 days, just after Christmas, there it is. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Okay, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going up again. Okay, you can't argue with it. I mean, that's what it is. Last 30 days, right there, the 27th. There we go. Here's your last 30 days. Down, up, down, 1, 2. 2 days to the upside. But today was a down day. It's red. But it is a higher high and a higher low as compared to yesterday, which is higher than Tuesday. So Tuesday's here, Wednesday's higher, Thursday's higher. So what's going to happen tomorrow? It's going to be a yes or a no. Well, what does it look like? Now, what does Kroger normally do this time of year? Normally, there we go. Normally, a slight uptrend and then sideways. Okay, that's not bad. That's great for spreads and that's great for covered calls. Well, that's what we're doing, spreads and covered calls. Let's see if we can look at a few more before we do questions only. All right. Okay, 75 Corvette. The Victor margin account minimum 25,000. That's if you're a day trader. The minimum is 25,000. You can actually open up an account for $5. All right, we already looked at AGNC. We're going to say no to that. Shaka 615 Mur. What the heck is Mur? M-U-R. Murphy's Oil Soap. Is that right? M-U-R? It is Murphy's Oil Soap. No, it's a monthly. Sorry, dude. Keto, as a newbie, can you explain a covered call? If Walgreens tanked, how did it make you profitable? Okay. WBA. Okay. You see Walgreens, the high of the year, $22. The low of the year, $8. That is more than a 50% drop. It's more like 60 or 70% drop. So how did I make money on it? Simple. Okay? Take a look. What do you see? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all they do. If you're following a stock every single day, every single week, you buy a stock at a certain price, you sell it to somebody else for the same price you just paid for it. So where's Walgreens at the moment? Walgreens at 11.16. Now, we can't trade Walgreens anymore, I don't think. Well, yeah, they are still trading. All right, so if I buy it at 11, right now, it's at $11.19. Okay, where does it look like it's going? Well, it looks like it's going sideways. All right, so it doesn't go anywhere. If I buy it at 11.19 and I sell the 11, so I'm picking up 14 to 28, so I'm making almost. The numbers really don't look good here. Now, before they had the buyout, because they're in contract negotiation now to go private, so I really can't show you very much now because everything's changed with the dynamics of Walgreens. But I can show you on other companies. How about Target? All right, so here's Target. Okay. Here's the high. It drops. Here's your bottom here. Now it's going up. Okay, you can see that. So if I buy it at 106.50, all right, the 106 is going for 244, right? So if I sell it one strike in at the 105s, I'm picking up $3. Okay, am I still making my 1%? Well, the further up you go into the money, the safer the trade. The lower ROI, the lower return you're going to get, but safety. Okay, I'm looking for safety and consistency of profitability. So when it came to Walgreens, Okay, look at this. Down, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. That's it. If you're following something every single week, you get a good idea. Now, I'm watching my stocks twice a day. Once in the morning with my paid trading group, okay? Now, you can join if you want. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. But I watch it in the morning, and then I watch it at night. So I have a good idea of where my positions are at all time. And if I'm doing a safe trade like a covered call, the stock doesn't have to move at all, and I'm still making a profit. Okay, it's all in the numbers and how you set up your account and how do you create a trading strategy that makes you consistently profitable. Remember, I created for my 9-year-old. So it had to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's the way I created it. And I've been trading for over 20 years. And for the first 5 years, weren't all that great. I made a lot, I lost a lot. But ever since my daughter jumped on my lap and said, Daddy, can you teach me? Well, ever since then, I've been using this thing like 95% of the time. Every once in a while, I'll stray and I'll do a calendar spread or some kind of a spread or a short or a put or something like that. But I usually always come back to this because it's simple, it's safe, it's quick, it's easy, and I'm perfectly comfortable with 1% every week. Is Macy's still worth doing? All right, 75 Corvette. I'm going to be up for a couple hours if you want me to chat tonight, or we can wait until morning. Okay, so Keto Wiz, hope that helps out. Now, it is 11:18, so no more stocks. We are just going to answer questions, however many questions we got. So let's keep on keeping on. Okay, Don, OPP, we already looked at that. We already said no. Okay, Double J, FMC. You're going to have to ask me that next time. All right, Scott, how you doing? Alpinum Global, how are you doing? Jason G, Kiefer Bunny. New meme coin. Yeah, I don't do coins, dude. Funny. Uh-oh. What stock was that? Walgreens, Macy's. We looked at a bunch of them, sorry. Selena Red, good evening. Aswaldo 12, how are you doing today? Nick, quick and short, do you day trade? If not, what's your strategy for long-term investments? Okay, Nick, I don't day trade. Nick, I've been trading the same strategy for the last 15 years, called covered call against dividend stocks just before the EX date. Get in, get out, grab a small percentage, and move on to the next one. Simple. KG, I know 10 years is better, but is a 4-year seasonality chart better to eliminate the cover dip? KG, to be 100% honest with you, I never even looked at it. My humble opinion, 5 years wasn't enough information, so I didn't even look at it. You're welcome, Nick. This guy, Mike, how are you today? Ralph, good evening. Hollywood's in the house. LA Soundwave, what's happening? Lapman, futures. Ooh, I used to do futures. Now, Lapman, I got a question for you. It's 11:20. Let's see if you can answer this question before the time's out. Do you know and do you use Commitment of Traders report? Last year, you did a lot of Macy's. Yes, that is correct. I'm going to call you Little Red Corvette. Little Red Corvette. Albert's in the house. What's happening, Albert? Biggerfoot. Are you touching the car stocks? Sometimes, if the numbers look right. May I ask you a question regarding the difference between ask and bid for a specific price? Specific strike price. Between the bid and the ask, that's just the difference between what am I buying it for, what am I selling it for. Okay, I'm not quite sure what the question is, but you can ask a question if you want. Lapman, are we doomed or is it over? Nope. Rudy Brown, how are you doing? How do I get to your YouTube page? Oh, Rudy, that's easy. Up here in the top right, I mean top left, where it says Dividend Stock Talk and my picture up there. Yeah. Just touch that right there. That will take you to the bio, which gives you all the information on how to get in contact with me. In that, you'll get to the 10-minute trader. And the 10-minute trader homepage looks kind of like this. Okay? Simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week. Live nightly training, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, right there, live trading online in case you're interested with the, what do you call that? The live trading. Okay, this right here gives you a little bit of explanation, the video, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I love this one right here, about us. If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. My main focus is simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. All right, you slide down a little bit further, and right here where it says view all, I really got to fix this. And then you come up to my social media. YouTube, Twitter, Books by James, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, podcast, LinkedIn, and Patreon. So come over to the YouTube channel, and lo and behold, the 10-minute trader. Okay? The 10-minute trader. 941 videos. Okay, the 10-minute trading strategy came about when my 9-year-old daughter wanted me to teach her. It says it right there. Okay, look at this. 3,500 people. That's it. I got like 35, 40,000 on TikTok, but YouTube, I've had this YouTube channel for over 15 years, and there's only 3,500 people. Isn't that crazy? Anyway. William McKinney says hello. Hello, William. Rudy Brown, go to the bio. Thank you there. Rudy, I only trade once a week. No, I don't trade once a week. I look at the numbers on Mondays and Tuesdays. And every once in a while, something will pop up. Do you agree that the ask price shouldn't be higher than 10% of the bid for the option to be liquid? Okay, Albert, I really don't get that deep into it because I usually an after hours trader. Hello, do you trade AMD? Advanced micro devices? Oh, hell no. Okay, you got to check that. Sally, I appreciate the interaction. I don't want to make you feel bad or anything, but seriously, go to a finance website and do a deep dive into AMD. See how consistently profitable they are. Are they something you want to buy and hold for the rest of your life? Or are you just buying it for a quick little jump and then getting out? I have no idea. I don't like AMD because the numbers just don't work right. Jonathan, any love for SMR nuclear stocks like OKLO? No. Sorry, dude. If it doesn't have 20 years of dividend increases, no. Allie, it's on Warren's list. Yes, that baby it is. If the closest strike price doesn't give you 1%, do you go to the next strike price or abandon it? I'll go to the next strike price. Rudy, Knack, and AK. James, it's 11:16. Yes, it is. I'm going to take that as a no. So you don't want the stock price to go up because you'll sell the covered calls again in the next week. Okay, Little Red Corvette, it's different. Okay, when Friday comes, tomorrow afternoon, we'll have a better idea what we're going to do. Now, sometimes if it makes sense to hold on to a stock and roll it into the next week because it's in forward momentum, yeah, I'll do that if it's profitable enough. If I'm not getting a full 1%, I'll let it get called away and go back into cash. Here's the princess.
Hi, I'm Gracie, and me, as you being part of my internet website called Thingy, which my dad doesn't let me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from that will help you get the best return.
20 days in the month of January. So 20 days in February.
That's me 15 years ago. This part always makes me laugh. Every time I see it, I laugh. Hold on, you'll love it.
There's a different company paying out dividends. Seriously. By taking just one company per month, just one. January, February, March, that's 12. 12. You can buy 12 different companies for the whole year and still make over 20% a year. And it's easy. One trade a month. Who can't do one trade a month? But you want to bump it up a little bit, let's do 2 trades a month. 20 days. 20 days in the month of January, you can do 2. 1 every 10 days. Okay, so you get 2 January, 2 February, 2 March, blah, 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 24 for the whole year, and you get at least 2%. That's close to 50% a year. 50% per year.
15 years ago, I was saying the exact same thing on YouTube. I only got 3,500 followers on YouTube. So I guess the information wasn't that important. The Mortgage Magician. It's not as easy as it sounds. Yes, Mortgage Magician, you and I have had conversations before, and you panicked a couple of times and you sold for a loss. And I can't help about that. Can't. Now, everybody has a different threshold for risk. Okay? So, yeah, when I say never buy a stock you're not willing to hold for the rest of your life, regardless of how far it drops, because stocks can and do fluctuate up to 50% per year. So let's take a look at a couple. All right, this is Microsoft. Summary. Now, I find it very important. If you're not willing to take this, you shouldn't be playing this game. 52-week range. The high, 468. The low, 376. Well, if you're not willing to go from 468 to 376, which is almost a $100 drop, that's like 25%. That's not big. Let's look at Macy's. Okay, the 52-week range, $20.70 down to $12.60. That's almost a 45% drop between the two. WBA, Walgreens. Whoops. WBA. $8 low, $21 high. That is more than a 60% drop. If you're not comfortable with a stock that could drop up to 50 to 60%, you probably shouldn't be playing this game. Stocks go up, stocks go down. If you think you're going to buy a stock and it's only going to go up, you're sadly mistaken. If you think you're going to buy a stock and it's going to go down, well, you're probably right. Because that's all they do. They go up and they go down. Never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to, regardless what happens to it. I never sell at a loss. I refuse to take a loss. Now, some people say, well, if you take a small loss, you can put your money back to work and you're gaining money that you would have missed the opportunity by holding something. Yeah, that sounds good and fine and dandy, but then I have to look at my spreadsheet at the end of the year and then I got losses. No, I prefer to have no losses at all. And I'm still doing fine. I don't panic and I don't sell at a loss. I just don't do it. So you don't want the stock to, there we go. Okay, Rudy, NAK, we'll have to look at it next time. All right, okay, 75 Corvette. I'll give you a buzz as soon as we're done. We're going to be done in about 5 or 10 minutes. Mark the Realtor. James, I'm just curious. How much margin do you use? Well, last year, I was using 95 to 98%. This year, with the new president in, I'm pulling it back a little bit and only going to 75%. Because I want a cushion. Now, one of my accounts, I've had 3 margin calls so far this year. Not a pleasant thing, but it happens. I sent you my number on TikTok. Yep, I'll call you in a little bit. Alex, would you do Riley for long term? Seems like it stays between the range. I own 300 shares. Now, Alex, I will stay with a stock as long as it's profitable. Once it stops becoming profitable, I'll abandon it. Now, Walgreens, it's just not making sense anymore. Energy Transfer, not making sense anymore. AGNC, not making sense anymore. Because it's always, always, always going to be about the numbers. Does it make sense? Is it something I want to do long term? So if Riley, now Riley's been giving me anywhere from 2% to 4% every single week. If it continues to give me 2% to 4% every single week, I'll keep doing it. And I will continue to do it until it's done. It's just that simple. Tucker, where is it? Tucker, I want to learn to make 1% a day. You're in the wrong place. I don't do that. Sorry, Tucker. Neochromium, good evening. Nice to see you again. When are you on now? Oh, I'm on Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Okay? This year, as of the 1st of January, I'm taking Friday nights off and Saturday nights off. Last year, it was 7 days a week. Every single day, 7 days a week. Okay, Corvette, does my daughter still trade? Nope. As soon as my daughter turned 13, it was boys, boys, boys. Yeah, she lost interest real quick in hanging out with Dad because Dad did not like the boys, boys, boys thing. Yeah, she turned into a teenager, everything changed. Okay, don't want to lie to you, But from the time she was 9 until she was about 12. After that, she turned 13. Boys, 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 lipstick, mascara, makeup, nope. She's going to be 26 this year. And she's just starting to come back around again. I said, Dad, I've been thinking. It took you long enough. But don't take this personally, little red Corvette. But most little girls from like age 3 to about 9 or 10, the daddy's little girl. But as soon as they turn into a teenager, until about 25, they want nothing to do with Dad. Dad's just a walking ATM at that point. Neochromium, what are you looking that up on? What am I looking that up on? I'm using Yahoo Finance. That silver guy is still trying to figure out how you manage to keep a stock that keeps dropping. Do you roll it into a debit? No. Nope. I will roll it weeks and weeks in advance so it doesn't get called away. Yeah, I will continue saying on Fridays, I look at what did I buy it for? What option did I sell? What are my choices today to not lose any money and to still bring in money every week? Do I have to push it forward 1 week? Do I got to push it forward 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Do I have to change the strike price? There's a lot of different questions go on a Friday afternoon. That's why people pay to be in the morning trading group, to see those answers. So once you figure out what is that information worth to you, you got to figure it out. I can't help you out with that one. I get called away. Yep, I got that one. Tucker, I want to learn to do what you want me to do. Okay, Tucker, just keep showing up. You're relatively new here. First thing you got to do is show up. That's it. Okay, and if you want, drop me a number. I'll give you a call because this ain't for everyone. It's slow, it's boring, it's monotonous. It's the same stocks over and over and over again. But once you learn it, once you see A plus B equals C, great, awesome. You could give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Same thing. Okay, if I do it for you, you'll have a few bucks. Oh my goodness, you put it right there. Hold on, Tucker. I usually say, drop your number in the bio, not smack dab here so everyone can see it. All right, Tucker. I'll give you a buzz. Now, you want me to call you tonight or tomorrow? All right. That being said, that was the last question. There's no more questions. Woohoo! I'm done. Have a great day on Facebook. Done. Instagram, you guys have a nice night. And now, yeah, I'm 56. No time to waste. I'll give you a buzz in a little bit. That's Silver Guy. Awesome. Thanks. I'm in the group, still learning to fish. Delete the number once you have it down. I will. Take care. Your group worth it. Cool beans. See, Alex, it's all going to be up to you. You got to decide, is it worth it or not? So what are you out? $100? Okay, Corvette, I'm going to give you a buzz in about 2 seconds. As soon as I sign off of all this stuff. I'm signing out of Instagram. All right. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you later. Any love for SMR? All right, we'll talk later. Guys, have a great night over there on YouTube, and we'll see you on Sunday night.